It's a nice of link to drop in. Hello, everybody, here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In the previous video, we got a pony. We got a really big pony. And we're going to trade it in because this thing rides very slowly. And I kind of don't actually, you know what? No, never mind. I was going to trade it in for another pony, but, you know, we haven't really given this one a chance so much. So, you know what? Let's do it. Let's give this pony a chance. It's going to be kind of a nightmare because it's very, very slow and hasn't been tamed yet, so it's going to be especially slow. But, anywho, in today's video, we're going to explore a little bit more of the Faron Region. Now, it's kind of funny because I remember when I was teasing the major project, they kept saying that because of the way this Let's Play was going to work and how interactive it was going to be, I wouldn't say the phrase in the previous episode that much, but it's kind of happened a couple times anyway. I guess it's kind of a force of habit after you say that in videos for 10 years, but anyway, now we're going over this way, and we're going to go in this direction, because there's going to be a shrine right off the bat. There's also something very noteworthy about this place that we'll be talking about a little bit later in the video. That stone monument right there, you want to keep that in mind, because if you follow the development history of this game, you'll probably see where we'll be going with this. But the first shrine is going to be Pumaag Nitae Shrine. I really hope I pronounced that correctly. In order to help, if I could actually pronounce the word pronounce. To you, such from the shrine, I am Pumaag Nitae. In the name of God's Highness, I offer this trial, a minor test of strength. Pumaag of Nitae Shrine. I was kind of scrambling to pull up my notes for this shrine because this wasn't in the list that I had pulled up before starting this recording session, but then I noticed it was as a test of strength, so there's nothing to really pay attention to with this shrine that much. So, we've seen these many times already, so we don't really need to go into too much commentary for this, but we'll keep talking anyway because that's the whole point of a Let's Play. So, if for whatever reason this is the first of these shrines you've seen before, basically you'll be facing one of these Guardian Scouts, and actually, now that I think about it, this might be a perfect timing for something. So, ow. That hurt my feelings and the rest of my body. So we're actually going to need a picture of these things. I don't know if we have one already. Oh, we did. Never mind. So, I mentioned before that we're going to need pictures of the Guardians throughout the game. For our side quests we'll be doing later. We're not going to be taking care of that anytime soon, though, because it's a little bit out of the ways, and there's a few more things we haven't done with that yet. But it's still something that's going to be very well worth mentioning. And we defeated the Guardian Scout, so we wouldn't have to have needed to do any fancy editing magic or anything like that. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. It's pretty epic and amazing. It's almost as epic as Mickey, the Power of Illusion. The 3DS game that nobody talks about because of how bad Power of 2 was. It's kind of funny because, like, the most popular video we did on the collab channel was the canceled Epic Mickey games, the gaming gallery. And I feel so bad for that one because in the script, I made a couple of jokes at the expense of Epic Mickey the Power 2. Most of the comments on that video are people defending the game, and it's like, oh, I feel bad now because people like this game, and I never wanted to be one of those people who, like, never mind. You get the point now. And we get Boomerang! Yay, Boomerang! Aww, Boomerang! Triumph over the test of strength subverts a prophecy of ruin from the ashes of Hyrule. That thing I didn't get a chance to finish reading. In the name of Goddess Halt, I bestow upon you the Spirit Orb. It is very shiny and purple and circular, so be sure to take extra care. Ah, you broke it already. May the goddess smile upon you. If you need me, I need to get back to my program. A new episode of Futurama is premiering tonight, and I'm super looking forward to it. Are they doing like a Futurama revival or something like that? Because I know there was like a little controversy because the actor who was playing Bender wasn't going to return to it, but then he was, and I don't know. I love Futurama and all, but I'm not sure if I'm going to watch the revival because things like that usually don't turn out to pretty well. We're going through this area, and this is a very noteworthy part of Breath of the Wild's development history. So, at the Game Awards of 2015, Ajay Numa and Shigeru Miyamoto demoed this game, and they were talking about the development history at the time, and this was back during the period of time when we still thought this was going to be a 2015 release. The giant Rito bird guy with the accordion is back there, but we'll talk to him a little bit later in the video. But I want to finish the story first. So, they were talking about the game, and they're going through a forest. And one of the fun things about this game is trying to figure out, like, the locations of the development history. One of the fun things about going through this game is trying to find the places that they showed off during those early trailers and say how they evolved over time and things like that. This forest is one of those areas. So it's pretty interesting. Like, I probably have footage of it on screen at some point for the video. And one of the more noteworthy things about this was this clip where they're like walking up a cliffside and things like that and overlooking the hills. Now, this is one of my favorite clips because we didn't know this at the time, but off to the right hand side of that was Hateno Village. I might have already talked about this in a previous video already, but it's very interesting because, like, we didn't know at the time, but off to the side was an entire village. Now, they probably were very careful about the camera angles, so they wouldn't show that the town wasn't ready, but it's very fascinating. And that particular forest over there, I think that's also might have been where we would have seen the Guardian chasing Link in the very first trailer that debuted in this game at E3 2014. Now, unfortunately, that really cool segment where the Guardian chases Link and is like destroying the environment, that's not in the game anymore. You do get Guardians chasing you, but it's not nearly as like interactive as that demo was. Now that demo was made in engine, so at some point in development that was a thing. But the thing with early development like that is that they develop the games on PC and things like that, and typically they'll port it down to the console specifications. So it's kind of like a blue sky scene where like the sky's the limit, you can do whatever you want, and then you port it down to later to the specifications of the consoles. And that's where like hardware limitations come into play. So that's kind of the reason why when you hear about game development all the time, you're like, we had this really cool idea that we had working, but we had to remove hardware limitations. That's something that always confused me when I was a kid, because I was like, well, you were working on the hardware the entire time, so why was hardware limitation a problem? But then I realized that, oh, it's because they work on PC first, and then port it down. That's not always the case. There are a lot of Nintendo games that are made specifically for their hardware, and I don't know for a fact that this was ported down from a PC release, but that's my personal theory, because a lot of the really cool stuff we saw early in the trailers for Breath of the Wild aren't really a thing anymore, and it kind of seems like, with this being developed as a Wii U game, that might have been the case. But you also have other games like Mario 64 or Mario Odyssey, where those games were being developed specifically with the... This is a terrible place to start climbing this, isn't it? Okay, so this tower right here is an interesting one. With this tower, it will start raining, but you should still be okay because you're under the roof and things like that. Now, I'm a little worried if we don't have enough stamina for this. You're either supposed to have a lot of stamina, or you're supposed to climb up from those hills over there. Now, this can be a problem because this is the Faron Region. If you know anything about the Faron Region in this game, no! That was an unfortunate situation, but we can cheat. You can use your Valley's Gale to also fly up here. I don't want to use this too often when trying to come up here, but I already demonstrated the way you're supposed to come up here anyway. You can also climb that way, or you can climb those rocks over there. But that can be particularly tricky to do because it's always raining in the Faron Region. So you definitely want to watch out for that. But we don't need no stinking techniques or anything like that. We have Revali's Gale. It's the only thing Revali is good for. That was a horrible thing to say. I don't like Revali, but man, that was brutal. That was savage. We'll climb up here, and then we'll go over this way, and we'll open up the way towards our destiny. let's take a look at our map for a moment. Because now we only have one more region left to open. In theory, we could have opened that in a previous episode, but there's a reason why I'm waiting on that for a bit. But man, we are so close to the end of this project, but we still have so much to do. It's such a weird feeling with this game. But now let's go into the menu, which, by the way, I gotta say, that's kind of be like one of my favorite cutscenes of a map opening, because you start off with the beautiful view of the Faron Region, the waterfalls over there, and you end off over here, where you got to see like the lake region, which is likely where you came from in the first place. So you got to see a little bit of Lake Hylia. But you also get to, like, if you look over there, for example, I believe this is the Great Plateau around here. Like, we can see the Bridge of Hylia over here, and the Great Plateau is here. We've come so far on this adventure. We can even see, like, the silhouette of Boris off in the distance over there. I love this game so much. Is that the Dueling Peaks over there? I think that is the Dueling Peaks. Is it the Dueling Peaks? Yeah, it's the Dueling Peaks. That's really cool. I never noticed that before. But, yeah. We're getting pretty close to the end of this adventure, even though there's still so much stuff to do. It's such a weird feeling. I already said that, but I don't care. So, the Faron Region. This is an interesting place. So, when I first played this game, I thought this area was really cool. I really love the tropical jungle feeling. We didn't really get to see a whole lot of jungles in a Zelda game before. So this is like a very unique area. And we've seen a lot of forests in this place, but even then, this place still looks very different, which is something that a lot of open worlds kind of struggle with, is that you have a lot of areas that kind of look the same and things like that, so it could be a little bit tricky to do. Actually, I'm going to go this way first. I'm going to go back over to Cass and talk to him because I said we would do that earlier. That's one thing that open world games kind of struggle with, is trying to make your areas distinct when you have such a large world to explore. I think Breath of the Wild handles that very well. That being said, I'm going to be honest, the Faron region is my least favorite region in the game. Now, it's not bad or anything like that. It is really cool, and I love how dense the forest is, and it just looks really nice. But that being said, I think this area is also kind of a pain to navigate because there's just so much rain going on. Like, it's funny that I'm complaining about that because there's no rain going on right now. But when you go towards the mountains, it always seems like it starts raining and it never stops. There's a reason for that, and we'll talk about that later in the series. But yeah, it can make navigating this place a little bit of a pain. So the Faron region is my personal least favorite place to explore in the game, but that doesn't mean it's bad or anything like that. It just means that there's a few more annoyances with this place compared to some of the other places we've seen in our adventure. You were the ones we were saving. I'm still not pleased. How about that? Oh, yeah, tough vegetable risotto. It was my sister's harebrained idea to hunt for truffles here that got us into this mess. We're traveling all over to find hardy truffles. I know, it's dangerous for two folks to travel on their own these days. You don't have to tell me twice. But when I think about how wonderful those truffles taste, all the worries and warnings melt away! I think we've seen them before in our adventure already, but I still love those characters. They're so much fun. It is pretty fun seeing those characters throughout the game that you've recognized from seeing them before and things like that. That's pretty fun. I do kind of wish that there was a little bit more variety in who we were saving throughout the adventure. But going back to backtrack just a little bit, we're going to jump cut back over to where Cass was a moment ago. Get out of the way! Oh my god, I killed it. Ooh, that is a pretty river. We might not end up jump cutting after all, because I keep getting distracted by how pretty this game is. Okay, where is Cass? Have we even been in this area before? I don't think we've been here. Where are we? I like how we were having an easier time navigating this area when we didn't have the map open. Oh my goodness! Tofu! What the heck? Tofu literally kicked me back into the river. Ow, what the... Oh, I see why there was this jerk. Okay, you get back here. There we go. Okay, Tofu, where are you? Tofu? Tofu. Where the heck are you? How'd you get down here? Okay. We did it. We're slowly but surely getting back. No. Oh, great. Oh. No. That's not going to work. You're kicking the boat into the water! Get on the boat! Can horses not go on the boats? Okay, fine. Whatever. You're gonna stay there. You're gonna stay there forever. I'm sorry, Tofu, but my goodness. After all that I've done for you, even after you kicked me back into the water, I still can't get over that. Alright, we're 20 minutes into this recording session now, and we're back to where we started. So, I can't find Katha anywhere. So, we're going to get back our pony and go back onto the street and retrace our steps because I'm not having the best luck in the world right now when it comes to finding this bird. Do horses eat seafood? I don't know the answer to that. I don't think they do. I don't think they're... Like, they usually have like a vegetarian diet, so I don't think horses would really eat fish that much, so... Yeah, that would basically be like a death sentence for you to stay there forever. Would that be karma for the horse for kicking me down, or would that be karma for me for putting it there in the first place? Either way, someone's getting karma. Karma, 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 chameleon. Karma girl, karma girl. This is what I was saying earlier about it raining. And there you are. There you are. Alright, you stupid bird. What side quest do you have for me now? A visitor so deep in the forest. Ah, we meet again. I trust you're keeping well. I know a song about this place. Would you like to hear the ancient verse passed down in this region? Excellent. Without further ado. The forest dragon? I've never seen a dragon in a forest around these parts. I suppose the forest from the song could be the Demel forest up north of here. There's definitely a secret lying in wait. It's just a matter of tracking it down. May the light illuminate your path. Alright, so I'm going to make a quick note of this area right here. And now we have a new shrine quest. This will be the objective we'll be going for with the remainder of this episode. So, as we continue across this area, I'd like to talk a little bit more about like the kind of the behind the scenes of what's been going on with this Let's Play, because you may notice that like uploads have been a little bit more sporadic across time now. So, this has been a bit of a stressful Let's Play to work on, I'm not gonna lie. It has been a lot to deal with, and there's been a lot that goes into like each episode and things like that. And by the time this video comes out, we're going to be either already past or approaching the 2-year anniversary mark of starting this Let's Play. So, when we finish the main story of the game, I say that very loosely because there's still a lot of story things we haven't gotten over yet in this game. But when we finish the main story with the 4 divine beasts and things like that, what the hell happened there? I kind of wanted to take a little break from the game for a little bit, because it had been a large ongoing thing that had been going on for over a year. So I wanted to have a little break from that. But I've been missing recording Breath of the Wild lately, so I want to get back into the groove of recording this game again. And that's exactly what we're doing now. So it's going to be fun. My current mindset is that we're going to still continue uploading this on a when-it's-done schedule. So it's kind of going to be like a bit of like a, how do I word this? It's going to be like a side project to new Let's Plays that we'll be starting this year. So that's kind of what my current mindset is right now, but it is still going to be something I will be spending a lot of time focusing on, because this is something that has been part of my life for the past couple years, and I'm not going to give up on this game because I love it so much. We've now arrived at the Lakeside Stable. Now, there's a couple side quests over here we'll be taking care of in a future episode. I want to go for this now, though, to show it off. I believe there's also a shrine around here somewhere. It should be right here somewhere at some point, maybe. Also, I gotta say, the frame rate in this area isn't that good. This isn't like a choppy capture card problem or anything like that. The game genuinely does have kind of not that great of a frame rate in the forest, especially in the more densely wooded areas. So this is a problem with the game and not with my capture card. But it kind of seems like games with heavy forests kind of tend to have trouble anyway. Because, like, it doesn't make sense. There is a lot of assets on screen right now. It's kind of amazing that games can even run forests in general because there's so much that goes into these things. So around here is going to be where we'd be able to find the dragon the easiest. So we're going to wait for a little while until the dragon appears. And actually, you know what? We can make use of this time, actually. There's something over in the waterfall over there we can deal with now. So I'm going to head over this way. I'm going to quickly change my gear so that we can look like a fish. We'll be the most fabulous fish in the world. We will be a sexy fish. I'm sorry, that's a fetish out there somewhere. There's some treasure chests over there, and I kind of wish that we... Can we climb on top of these? No, we can't. I kind of wish we had the clown's ability activated before that. We can do this, actually. I don't know if that's gonna make us go faster or anything like that. But anyway, we go up here. We'll fly like freedom. And we can see off in the distance over there that there's something glowing behind that waterfall. So I wonder what could possibly be over there. And that's the rain again. Alright, so this is what I was talking about earlier when I was saying that the rain in the Faron region is kind of a pain. Like, I haven't really complained that much about the rain so far in the Let's Play because, like, it's not that bad. You can get around it and things like that. It's more so just like a minor inconvenience when it does happen outside here. But in the Faron region, it happens all the time. Hey! Hey there, buddy, old pal! No, this is literally the best shot I could possibly take. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, 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 yes. This is exactly what I wanted. This is the dragon that we were looking for. Ouch. We fired an arrow at you. Did it not give us a thing? Why is my paraglider not turning on? What in the world happened there? I literally don't know. Did we? Huh? Alright. I'm at a loss of words right now. I really hope that gave us a thing. I didn't see a shiny thing go down. We probably should eat something because, like, we're at, like, a very low HP. I really need to get more food, don't I? Both in-game and in real life, because I kind of ran out of groceries. Well, going back to what we were doing a moment ago. As soon as we get back over here, come on, let me go down the block. There's a shiny thing over there. Shiny is always good. A shiny is the greatest thing in the world. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Yeah, there might be other nice things out there, like true love and family and ice cream and all that fun stuff. But no, shiny, that's where the real happiness lies. That is the truth of the universe and all that fun stuff. Alright, so now we're going over here. I'm very tempted to trigger that Korok puzzle right there, but this isn't the Korok episode, so I'm using all the restraint that I have in my body to not go for that right now. But what we are going to be going for is this area right here. There's a waterfall, and if you know the Law of Okami by now, which you probably should at this point, that means that there is something behind it. So, let's drop down and go behind the waterfall. Oh yeah. By the way, I gotta say, I love how the design of these shrines look different from every region. Like this right here, you can tell that it's kind of had a bit more wildlife growing on it and things like that. Like, you can tell that like there's like the giant bush right here in front of the doorway and things like that. It's a really good detail. Impeccable timing. Shoda, Shrine. Shoda. 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 I don't know if anybody's gonna get that reference. So now we're going over this way, and we want to be careful with this. So, what you want to do, activate the switch when it goes like that. Never mind. I thought it would be... Alright. I thought the timing for this was to wait for it to... Never mind. So we'll try this instead. We'll wait for it to go back up. And then... Boom! Yeah! We do the thingy, and now we'll get the treasure chest. Unfortunately, these aren't metallic, so we have to use effort to collect these ones. We can't just cheat with magnesis. Small key is one that you want, but the real treasure is the friends that we make along the way of trying to collect the stupid treasure chest. So, let's go for this. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. This isn't that difficult of a shrine or anything like that. It's a pretty fun puzzle. I love how much those things bounce around, things like that. Playing with the bouncing physics and objects and things like that, that's one of my favorite parts of programming, honestly. I believe that was everything in the shrine, so... yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was a pretty fun one. I liked it. Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a skip. Come on, Link, you've been doing that for like 80 episodes by now. You'd think you'd stop doing that. We worked really hard on these sentences. How could you keep skipping us like that? Skip! Except where we're going towards is back over towards the lakeside stable because I was correct. There is a shrine over here, it's just that it's a little bit more hidden than the other ones. So somewhere around here should be a giant boulder. Somewhere around here, maybe, sort of, kind of, perhaps. Hello? Boulder! Boulder! Where are you? I want to be your best friend. We will make cupcakes together, and then we will go out for ice cream, or frozen yogurt, whichever you prefer. I don't judge. Frozen yogurts can be pretty good, too. As soon as I find the stupid thing. You are a side quest, and I'm very tempted to go for you right now, but we'll be saving that for another video when it's a little bit more convenient for us, because right now we're going for shrines. Where is the stupid boulder? There you are. I found you. You thought you could hide from me. But no, we will go for ice cream and or frozen yogurt, and you're gonna like it. Shai Utoh Shrine. I work with somebody named Shai. It's pretty cool. To you sits from the shrine. I am Shai Utoh. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. Halt the tilt to Shai Utoh Shrine. Now, this shrine name kind of sounds like a Jedi from Star Wars. Am I the only one who thinks that? Because it totally sounds like a name from Star Wars. Alright, so we're going to want to use stasis on those things to block the tilting puzzle things. Whenever I see platforms like that, it always makes me think of the Toy Story 2 game, because that was the first game where I really played around with the mechanic of like a seesaw and things like that in video games. So that's something that I always think about. I don't know how often that mindset happens with other people who play the video games. We don't need two of these things. That, and we'll get our sweet, sweet wood. Now, You do get like a little indication on the world map if you collected all the treasure chests. I don't know if that still counts if you open it up but your inventory was full. I don't think that's the case because, like, this is the same developer as Big Twilight Princess that would have you put stuff back in the treasure chest if your inventory was full. Which is still one of the dumbest things in the world because, like, yeah, they fixed that in the HD version, but that was such a pain back in the day. Man, I feel old right now. So we can make this thing bounce over here. Go like that. And then... what do I want to do right now? I don't remember the shrine, to be honest. Owie, that hurt my feelings. This is going to be quite the conundrum to figure out. So, I have an idea. It is a brilliant idea that will never be topped in my life. This is the smartest idea that I will ever have. So, let's try this. Yep, that's gonna work. Okie dokie then. So, let's go like here. Let's go like here. That was great grammar. And go like that. Yeah. We are using our brains now. I like using brains. Alright, so... I see what we're supposed to do now. Okay, I still want to get out of the treasure chest. So what I'm going to try to do now... my current mindset is that we're going to use stasis on here after the thing builds back up. We're going to use that, and then we're still going to use magnesis, but we're going to use that to knock down the treasure chest. Come on, come on. Why is that not working? Why is it not working? That was such a smart idea. I was super happy about that. Why is that not... how are we supposed to get up there then? How are we supposed to get up there then? What the heck? Why is that not working? This works on like literally everything else in the game. And let's see if this works. Come on. Just barely didn't work, but we're on the right track. We are totally on the right track. We can do this. We can do this. We can do it. I believe in us. We are awesome. We are amazing. And we like eggnog. And liking eggnog is a very important part of life. If you don't like eggnog, that's totally fine too, because everyone has different taste buds. But eggnog is still amazing. Let's do this! Yeah! Woo! Ancient core, it was totally worth it. It was super cool. Ancient core is what we got, and it was super cool. I can't come up with lyrics. Your resourcefulness in coming up with lyrics is terrible, and you should never try again. Oh, come on, I worked hard on that. Please don't ever sing again. For the sake of Hyrule, please never sing again. You can't tell me what to do. May the goddess prevent you from singing ever again. Man, these monks are just huge jerks right now. So I was looking over my notes off screen and I realized that there really is no reason why we can't take care of the side quest right now. Because there's really only one at this table and it's very easy to take care of. So we'll go for it right now. Oh, this text is kind of weird with the grass right there. Oh dear, oh dear. Lightning strikes this table so often. I get nervous whenever it rains even a little. I just don't understand why it strikes so often. Hey, it's a long shot, but if you have some time, could you find out why? Leave it to me. You will? Really? I'm so happy. I'm counting on you. Thunder Magnet. Alright, so let's investigate the top of the area, see if there's anything attracting the lightning. So far, so good. Maybe we can go a little bit higher, see if there's anything up here. By the way, I still love the giant horse thing on top of the stables. It looks really cool. There seems to be a woodcutter's axe up here, and none of the other stables had this. So, this might be the cause of such troubles. What? You found out what was drawing the lightning here? It was a metal axe. Aha! Yeah, that's as good as a lightning rod, isn't it? I wonder if someone put it up there on purpose. How strange. Thanks for looking into it for me. Here's something for your trouble. Rubber helm! That is really good. A helmet made from ancient techniques and electricity-resistant material. It's made from something called rubber, material that can no longer be found. Yeah, the text right there is a little small, and I'm sitting pretty far away from my TV, so that was a little hard for me to read. I can finally relax. By the way, can we just talk about how great of a feature this is to be able to zoom into the screen like that? That's one of the Switch's most underrated features ever. So, one theory that I have about this, well, actually I want to talk to you first. Don't you think the waterfall flowing down from Lake Floria is a very picture of perfection? There's something strange at the top of the waterfall, though. Climb the ladder on the watchtower and take a peek. You probably need a telescope or something to get a good look. Yeah, it's actually pretty good advice. So let's go up here, and yeah, it does look like there's something of note somewhere up there, but we'll investigate that at a later point. Now, my personal theory about how the woodcutter's axe got up there was like, so maybe somebody got on top of the watchtower and was like fooling around and wanted to see how far they could throw it up there. So that's my personal theory on that. Is there anything else of note around here? I want to make sure we cover everything before we go too much further. There's a rumor mill right here, so that seems pretty interesting. Glowing blue bunny. Oh, that's pretty good. I believe that's talking about those special bunny things that we saw before. So that's a pretty noteworthy one. Tracy's recommendation, 5 stars. 1 star. That's pretty amusing. Wait, I don't know how to use a bow and arrow. I really puts a tamper on things. 1 star. That's what she was saying about that. I got curious about that afterwards because I was like skimming over the text. That seems to always happen whenever I play through a game like this, when I'm skimming over text, but then something catches my eye and I have to read it again, so I end up not saving any time at all. So this is everything Beetle has. Yeah, the usual arrows, but also Thunder Wing, Butterfly, How-Tailed Lizard, and Tireless Frog. How-Tailed Lizards are pretty good for that side quest in the Elden Region. I believe the Tireless Frogs and Butterfly are also pretty good for materials as well. So that's pretty useful. So it only took an eternity to figure out what was going on with this, but yeah, I think I remember what was going on. So the previous attempt to try to catch this dragon, it didn't work, but we still hit it. And whenever you do hit a dragon and things like that, it will disappear for the next couple in-game days. So if the dragon isn't spawning, try moving to the next day a couple times. Eventually it'll respawn. Around 5 o'clock or so, it'll come out of the portal, and around 8 o'clock, it'll go under the Lake Hagio Bridge. So, I don't know the exact schedule for the entire day, but this is what I've noticed on my playthroughs and things like that. So, let's see if we can do this. We got the Thunder Helmet, we got the rubber helmet thingy. Hopefully this will be helpful towards us. The Thunder Helmet also will be good. This dragon looks so cute, by the way. Just look how adorable it is. I love the dragons in this game. Alright. So let's do this. Hey! Let's go like this. Okay. Okay. Ah, there. Yes. Where'd you go? You're going over there. Okay. So, after you hit the dragon, it'll drop a scale in the water. This is what you want to grab for the one side quest with Cass. So, let's go over here. Let's collect our sweet wood. The rubber helmet, like I said, is going to be pretty useful for this because it'll reduce the damage you take from electrical attacks. But as you saw, it won't leave us completely impervious to that. The Thunder Helm might help with that, but I don't know if that'll actually help us be impervious to it forever. And of course it fell in the water, why wouldn't it? Can we take a moment to appreciate this design for a moment? Yep, we appreciate it. We already had one? Where did we pick it up at? I did all of that for nothing! Well, we didn't do it all for nothing because we still need to show it off for the Let's Play, but we did all of that for nothing! Now we're going over this way. And now that we have a Ferocious Scale, our next destination is going to be located over this way. We're going to continue the rest of the pathway on foot, mostly because Tofu is kind of a big horse, and it will make traversing this area a little bit tricky. So we'll continue on over this way, and we want to be careful because there was that Wizrobe guy up there. Maybe that's what your official name is. I think that's what you're called in like Majora's Mask, but I don't know if you have like a different name here. A bit of a fun detail. So there are some material upgrades that will require things like the dragon scales, but some of those can also use materials you find from Lizalfos enemies. So this implies that the Lizalfos has at least some kind of subspecies of the dragons in this game. So that's a pretty fun little detail. We'll continue on over here, but we'll eventually find our destination. I don't actually remember exactly where it is over here, or if there's a better pathway we could have taken to get here. But this is my Let's Play. I can do whatever I want. You see from these ruins that it looks like we're approaching something pretty important. So we'll continue onwards. Is there anything beyond the wall? Let's go beyond the wall. Let's go like this. See if there's anything up here. Where is this area? There you are. Okay, was there a better entrance we could have gone through? Yes, it was. We just took the wrong turn. Alright, so ignore everything you saw in the past 5 minutes of video. So this is the direction we were going. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Amazing. And there's some bad guys over here. Is this... Oh wow, this is the area that they showed off during the Game Awards 2016. I think. Yeah, it was 2016 because that was before the game came out. I think they were still showing Wii U footage at the time. Because the Switch hadn't been announced yet, but they hadn't really actually started like talking about it in great detail or anything. This area just looks really, really cool. We see the giant I think these are supposed to be like dragon stone heads. So yeah, that's kind of like the entrance to where we're going. We're just ignoring all those bad guys over there, but we will take care of this guy because I feel like picking a fight with you. Except we didn't do the backflip property, so we had to use direct protection on it. Alright, come on, stabby, 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 yay! You're now destroyed. Okay, the Spiked Moblin Club, oh yeah. Yeah, this definitely is the area that they showed up during the Game Awards 2016. There's a gold ruby. That's very well worth mentioning. Now we arrived at the Spring of Courage. Next thing we want to do. I believe this is what we want to do. Take first a scale and drop it in the water. Your path has shown itself. Now go forth. The Serpent's Jaws complete. Jaws is a pretty good movie. Like, it's kind of funny because, like, for the longest time I was kind of scared to watch that movie because, like, I don't handle blood and gore very well, but then I watched it anyway and I was like, oh, this is as bad as I thought it would be. It was actually a pretty enjoyable movie. But then my family watched Jaws 2, and it was like, yeah, this is as far as we're going to go into the series, because it seems like it's all downhill from here. Shai Katha is a shrine blessing. Shrine blessing is the same thing. And we get the Thunder Spear, but the inventory is full, because why wouldn't it be? I really do need to talk to Hetsu again about getting inventory slots. Let's go over this way and collect our sweet, sweet reward. You have done well to arrive at the shrine. A hero rises to right the wrongs of Hyrule. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I bestow upon you the Spirit Orb. I forgot he was wearing that helmet. It kind of looks like a fish. Is that intentional? I think that was intentional. May the goddess smile upon you. So after completing the shrine, don't bother looking for Cass again because he is going to disappear after you complete this shrine quest. So, last thing we'll be doing in this video is we're going to be upgrading our hearts and stamina and things like that because we desperately need it. So let's grab 2 heart containers and the rest will be stamina vessels. So fast forward. That was the most useful fast forward in the history of fast forwards. So now we're taking care of all that, we're ending this video off here. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. The options are where we're going next, so you can continue exploring the Faron Region in the next episode. You can also look for the next dragon as well. This will be treated similarly to how we handled a Terry Town, so it's going to be a little while before this option becomes available. You can also look for the Koroks across the Faron region, or ignore everything and get started with the Champions Ballad. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It'll be here to you, and where would you like to go to next?